Hey guys, it's Blue. Here doing just a overview or preview. I went ahead and pulled the trigger on a new hunting knife. Amazon was having a sweet deal on buck knives, and I went and pulled the trigger for it. The price was unbeatable, so I just couldn't pass it up, so I went ahead and pulled the trigger on it. Buck knives, of course, everybody knows the greatest thing about them. But ching, made in the USA. The other thing that's awesome is the forever warranty there. If anything ever goes wrong with it, you can ship it back, and as long as it's not something that you caused from misuse, they'll do right, and they'll take care of the problem. The other thing that I like about it is if you ever lose the edge on it and you really aren't good at putting the edges on it, for $7 you send the blade or the knife back to them, and they'll put a factory edge back on it and send it back to you for that $7. So I think that's pretty awesome. Now let's get into the knife that I got. Came with the sheath and everything. We'll get into that here in a second. But what I ended up getting, this is the 119 buck knife. It's a big ass knife. In hindsight, now that I have it in my hand, I probably would have gone for the 105 Pathfinder because it's smaller. But let's get into the overall of this knife. Overall, it's 10.5 inches long. The blade length on it is 6 inches, and it's heavy. It says it's 7.5 ounces. I mean, it is a heavy knife. And I don't know if you guys have seen my videos before. I always say that I have the hand size of a 16-year-old schoolgirl, but with it in my hand, you guys can see, I mean, it's my fingers just wrap around to touch the thumb, the pad of the thumb there. So I mean, it fits. I mean, barely fits my hand. So yeah, I probably would have been better suited for the Pathfinder, but you know what? I'm happy with it, and I'll use it. And with the quality that these buck knives are, I'm sure my kids will end up using it. But all right, we already went over the overall length. It is a clip style blade. Apparently the clip style is because of how it has this crescent to it, and then it's beveled so that the point is extremely sharp so that you can do penetrating with it. The steel on it is the 420HC stainless, and it's a satin finish. The handle on it, I'm probably going to say this wrong, but it's phenolic. Black in color, and it kind of feels like a cross between like a wood and a plastic. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's smooth, so that's be nice for easy cleanup. And I mean, that's all there is to it. I mean, it's a big ass knife, and it's nice. And the one thing, after looking at it, if this thing will focus, come on, there we go. See the little, it looks like a U with a dot right beside the 119. I found that if you go onto Buck's website, it's a stamp that will tell you what year the knife was made, and of course that was the stamp for 2014. So if you have a buck knife laying around and you're not sure what year it's from, just go to their site and check out the stamps, and it will tell you. The sheath with it, it's pretty, I mean, it's your basic leather sheath, but I mean, that's thick ass leather, and I actually like the way that the sheath is constructed on this. I've never had one with where it completely wraps around the handle to snap, but I don't know, I just think that's pretty kick ass. So hopefully this year, well actually in about 4 days, rifle season opens here, and we're gonna go out in the woods, and hopefully I'll get a deer, and we'll get to test this baby out. So, oh, speaking of testing it out, it wouldn't be an actual knife preview or review without a freaking cut test, right? You gotta do a paper test. So, I don't know how this is going to work because I don't have my tripod. But we'll give her hell and see what happens. How about that? It's not going to work, is it? Oh, that might stay. Might. So, I mean, that bitch is sharp. I could probably do that little curly Q thing. Oh, shit. But yeah, I mean, it's extremely sharp. It's extremely sharp. So, all right, that's just a quick overview of the Buck 119, Buck 119, however you want to call it. It's a buck. You can't go wrong with it. And if you're interested in them, check Amazon because their prices are they're outstanding right now. All right, guys, later.